Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let us chant one round of japa with Srila Prabhupada. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare 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 Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare 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 Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते
ओम
वासुदेवाय।
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्व भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय।
जय।
भगवद गीता एज इट इज की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। हरे कृष्णा dear devotees, welcome to
Hare
today's
Krishna. After a long
welcome
time.
to today's Srimad
Not feeling
Bhagavatam.
well.
You're not feeling well, Mataji?
Having some problems.
Oh,
So it's okay. Old age.
you are beating old age.
Beating old age. Try to.
Yes.
Krishna's mercy.
So, dear devotees, welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for all session. Let us recite Bhagavad Gita Shloka. We are reciting from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 12, text 2. Yes. You can add some water if you like. Okay. So, chapter 12, text 2. So we'll just go in order because nobody's raising a hand to go first. Achinta Dev Prabhu,
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees.
please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Go ahead, Prabhuji. You can try.
Yes, Mataji, I'll try. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Mayi Vesha Manoye Mam Nitya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parayopetas Teme Yukta Tamahmataha. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Those who fix their mind on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect." Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Aditi Lata Mataji and Arunita,
Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Avesha Manoye Manoye Parayo Vetas The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect." Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Arunita, you woke up in the morning on a weekend. Thank you.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha Maya Vishamaya Nitya Shraddhaya Parivedas Neme Yukta Mamata. Translation. Supreme Personality of God itself. Those who fix their mind on my personal form and are always engaged in worshiping me with great and transcendental are considered by me to be most perfect.
Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna. Isha,
श्रीभगवानुवाच मया ये युक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेतास्ते मे युक्ता तमामताः. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect."
Madhava,
श्रीभगवानुवाच मया वेश्यामनोयमां नित्ययुक्तोपासते
Shraddhaya,
श्रद्धया परयोपेतस्तेन युक्तोत्तमामताः. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshiping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect."
Rasapriya. Okay, so maybe Vindhyavali Mataji you can recite and then Krishna Shish will do.
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Vesha Mano Ye Mam Nitya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parayopeta Te Me Shraddhaya Parayopetas Te Me Yuktatama Mahata. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect."
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Krishna Shish.
श्रीभगवानुवाच मया वेश्मनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेतास्ते मे युक्ततमा मताः. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect."
Rasapriya.
श्रीभगवानुवाच मया वेश्मनोऽयमां नित्ययुक्तोपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेतास्ते मे युक्ततमामताः. The Supreme Personality of God is said, "Those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect."
Yes. I'll also recite Bhagavad Gita chapter 12 text 2. श्रीभगवानुवाच मय्यावेशमनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेतास्ते मे युक्ततमा मताः. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, those who fix their minds upon my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect. So now let's read Srimad Bhagavatam. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, and we completed chapter 13, which was entitled The Dynasty of King Nimi. Now we are beginning a new chapter, chapter 14, and this chapter is entitled King Pururava and Urvashi. So we'll just begin the new chapter. King Pururava enchanted by Urvashi. Why are we reading this? Because we are reading about the descendants of Vaivasvata Manu. So from Vaivasvata Manu, we have the Surya Vamsa and also the Chandra Vamsa. So we read about the Surya Vamsa so far. Now we will read about the Chandra Vamsa, which is also coming from Vaivasvata Manu. So we'll see how that is so. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 14, King Pururava enchanted by Urvasi. I'll just read the summary and then Aditi Lata Mataji will read the first verse. The summary of this 14th chapter is given as follows. This chapter describes Soma and how he kidnapped the wife of Brihaspati and begot in her womb a son named Buddha. You remember Buddha? Buddha begot Pururava, who begot 6 sons headed by Ayu in the womb of Urvashi. So if you remember at the beginning of this canto, first of all we read about the first son that was born of Shraddha Deva. Who was that? That was King Sudyumna, isn't it? King Sudyumna. And this Sudyumna became a woman by going into the forest where Lord Shiva was with Parvati Devi. And so there was a curse that anyone who entered that forest, any male who entered that forest would turn into a woman. Because in the past, some sages had come when Lord Shiva was with Parvati Devi, and then she felt very embarrassed when the sages came. So simply to please Parvati Devi, Lord Shiva said, from now onwards, any male who enters this forest will become a female. So that's how when Sudyumna entered there hunting, one day he went into that forest, and the king Sudyumna, along with his ministers and soldiers and the horse, everyone became a female. And now he didn't know what to do. He's a woman. And as a woman, then he begot a child. Being a woman in the woman's body, he got a son, Buddha. From who? From Soma. Soma is who? The moon god. That's the Chandravamsa. That's the Chandravamsa. So this Sudyumna is actually the son of Vaivasvata Manu. So Vaivasvata Manu's descendants, you would think, because Vivasvan is the sun god, so you would consider it to be the sun dynasty. But dynasty goes from father to son to son to son, like that, isn't it? So here, instead of father, he became mother. And then the husband was the moon god. So moon god's son will become moon dynasty, like that. So now we are going to read about the moon dynasty, the Chandra Vamsa. So let's go back. I'll read the summary. So the summary of this 14th chapter is given as follows. This chapter describes Soma and how he kidnapped the wife of Brihaspati and begot in her womb a son named Buddha. Buddha begot Pururava, who begot 6 sons headed by Ayu in the womb of Urvashi. Lord Brahma was born from the lotus that sprouted from the navel of Garbhodaka Shai Vishnu. Okay. Brahma had a son named Atri, and Atri's son was Soma. Okay, so Atri and Anasuya, they had 3 sons. One was Soma, the other was Dattatreya, and the third was Durvasa Muni. Okay, so Soma is from moon. I'm sorry, from Lord Brahma. Dattatreya is from Lord Vishnu, and Durvasa is from Lord Shiva. So Anasuya had 3 sons. So Brahma had a son named Atri. Atri's son was Soma, the king of all drugs and stars. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, among stars I am the moon. So the king of all stars is the moon. So moon is a star, not just a star, he's the king of all stars. Soma became the conqueror of the entire universe, and being inflated with pride, he kidnapped Tara, who was the wife of Brihaspati, the spiritual master of the demigods. A great fight ensued between the demigods and the asuras, but Brahma rescued Brihaspati's wife from the clutches of Soma. Okay, so Brihaspati's wife is, anyway, we will read this again. So a great fight ensued between the demigods and the asuras, but Brahma rescued Brihaspati's wife from the clutches of Soma and returned her to her husband, thus stopping the fighting. In the womb of Tara, Soma begot a son named Buddha, who later begot in the womb of Ila a son named Aila or Pururava. Urvashi was captivated by Pururava's beauty, and therefore she lived with him for some time. But when she left his company, he became almost like a madman. While traveling all over the world, he met Urvashi again at Kurukshetra, but she agreed to join with him for only one night in a year. 1 year later, Pururava saw Urvashi at Kurukshetra and was glad to be with her for one night. But when he thought of her leaving him again, he was overwhelmed by grief. Urvashi then advised Pururava to worship the Gandharvas. Being satisfied with Pururava, the Gandharvas gave him a woman known as Agnisthali. Pururava mistook Agnisthali for Urvashi, but while he was wandering in the forest, his misunderstanding was cleared, and he immediately gave up her company. After returning home and meditating upon Urvashi all night, he wanted to perform a Vedic ritualistic ceremony to satisfy his desire. Thereafter, he went to the same place where he had left Agni's thali, and there he saw that from the womb of a Shami tree had come an Ashwatha tree. Pururava made 2 sticks from this tree and thus produced a fire. By such a fire, one can satisfy all lusty desires. The fire was considered the son of Pururava. In Satyayuga, there was only one social division called Hamsa, right? Actually, in Vedic society, you have 4 varnas, 4 ashrams, 4 varnas, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and 4 ashrams. But in Satyayuga, there was only one division, not 8. 4 varnas, 4 ashrams. There was only one. What was that? Hamsa, like Paramhamsa. There was only one social division called Hamsa. There were no divisions of varna like Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. The Veda was the Omkara. The various demigods were not worshipped, for only the Supreme Personality of Godhead was the worshipable deity. So that was just a summary. Now we will read the chapter in detail. Vindhyavali Mataji, you raised your hand.
Yeah, I just would like to know one more time that Sudumna from, what is the children, some the 3 people you said, no?
3 people, no, Atri Muni. Atri Muni had 3 sons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Atri Muni's sons are Soma from Brahmaji. So the father is Brahma. So Atri Muni's wife Anasuya begot 3 sons, one from Lord Brahma, one from Lord Shiva, one from Lord Vishnu. So the son from Brahma is Soma. The son from Lord Shiva is Durvasa Muni. And from Lord Vishnu is Dattatreya.
Okay.
But I would like to go back and look at Sudyumna, the original what we read in the beginning, because I have a question now. Okay. See, King Sudyumna becomes a woman. That's the first chapter. So this is the dynasty of Vaivasvata Manu, who was formerly King Satyavrata, the ruler of Dravida. Okay. Shraddha is Vaivasvata Manu. Okay. And he is the father of
after,
Mataji.
after
Huh?
he was ruling as a man, and then he was also he only became a woman when he begot a child.
Right, right. Actually, he was living as a woman only, but then because somebody was feeling bad for him, and they started, praying. I think Vashishta Muni, praying for this king, and then that's how he got. But my question was about this Buddha. Okay, because Buddha, acha. So Sudyumna's son is not Buddha. Sudyumna's husband is Buddha. That was what, because Buddha is actually the son of moon god. That's what we are going to read now. Okay, I'll just read this paragraph. Once upon a time, Sudyumna went on a tour with his ministers. At the foot of the mountain Sumeru, there is a forest named Sukumara. And as soon as they entered that forest, they were all transformed into women. When Maharaj Parikshit inquired from Sukadev Goswami about the reason for this transformation, Sukadev Goswami described how Sudyumna, being transformed into a woman, accepted Buddha, the son of moon, as her husband. Okay, so my mistake was, I told you that Sudyumna accepted the moon god as her husband. No. Sudyumna, when he became a woman, he married the son of moon god Buddha. That's how Sudyumna, who's actually originally the son of Vaivasvata Manu, is now giving birth to children in moon god's dynasty. Moon god's son is Buddha. Sudyumna married Buddha. And of course, as Aditi Lata Mataji said, he was going back and forth because Vashishta Muni offered prayers. He was feeling very sorry. Actually, Sudyumna was thinking of his guru, I think. And then that's how Vashishta Muni prayed. But Lord Shiva did, Vashishta Muni prayed to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva could not just cancel it altogether because he didn't want to displease Parvati Devi, but at the same time he also wanted to please Vashishta Muni, so he made an adjustment that for some time he'll be a woman, for some time he'll be a male. So when he became a male, he would go back and rule the kingdom, and he had a wife and he had children also. As a male, he had children who, so that would be the dynasty coming from the sun. That would be still the Sun dynasty. And when he became a woman, he was here
Moon's dynasty.
as Moon dynasty. So then, as a woman, he married the son of Soma. So now, what we are reading in the 14th chapter is the person that Sudyumna married. How was he born to the moon god? So that's the history we are going to read. So Buddha, the same person. We are reading about the same person. Okay.
Mataji, can I ask you one thing?
Yes, Mataji.
The olden days, these boons became like this or what? See, like, he became woman, he became man. So that is why he came like that, because Parvati, Shiva said to Parvati, no, Lord, the sages are there, that's why whoever goes into the forest, women. So that kind of thing, it made a lot of history. Is that right?
Yes, it did.
It did a very serious history. One side is a man, one side is a woman.
Yes.
Both sides he's having families, sun and moon
Yes.
families.
Yes.
So that is really the kind of boon they're giving, and blessings. Shiva always does like that. When he's happy, he gives boons without looking at anything. That's what I heard. Very fast he does. So that is a big history. It's coming in. We think it's the sun and moon are very big things in this Kali Yuga. What we do? Sun and moon, we pray and we do everything. So they have different. One person is having different families. That is
So
a
we
big.
have two main dynasties, the Sun dynasty and Moon dynasty. Yeah. So what was your
I feel that the Shiva gave the boon to Shiva told Parvati, he did a very good thing to Parvati.
Yes.
But it became two dynasties, what is that Kali Yuga? We have big questions, not me, we up to my generation, at least I can think something. The younger generation, what will they say?
About what?
About this becoming man in two families, women and one man, they have two families because he gave the boon to he told Parvati, he relieved her, she was happy. So that kind of questions these youngsters will raise, That's what I feel.
I mean, youngsters will raise, but again, see, Mataji, they will raise this question, but in order to understand scripture, you have to go through systematic study. Just like somebody may say, a first grader may say, what is this calculus? I don't understand. And so then for him to understand calculus, first he has to study first grade, second grade, third grade math, and gradually you come to higher grades and then you will understand calculus. So they can question, no problem. It's not that we don't have an answer. We have an answer. But for you to understand the answer, first of all, you have to develop a faith in Shastra. Why you have to develop a faith in Shastra? There's a systematic explanation for that. So that will take time. So there's nothing wrong with them asking question, and answer will also be given. But it's not, like long time means anything good will come. It takes some time, right? You want a nice pickle, it doesn't happen overnight. You have to keep it for some time. Or anything else, right? You want some grains, first you have to plant, you have to water, you have to weed, you have to protect it, and then after a few months then it comes. So similarly, devotional culture, this is also a culture. You cannot just, people would come and challenge Srila Prabhupada, can you show me God? If you cannot show me God, why I will accept? Srila Prabhupada said, yes, I can show you God, but first of all, you have to surrender to me. You have to follow the path that I teach you, and then you will see God. But immediately you want to see, you cannot see.
Belief is
So,
the most
yes.
important thing.
So, there's nothing wrong with this whole situation. And you put yourself in Lord Shiva's position, right? He is with his wife in privacy. She was not even dressed properly. She was just with her husband, right? And then all of a sudden these sages come. She felt embarrassed, and he was the husband. And where will she go? Right? Okay, this time it happened, okay, they will forgive. But again, they can come again in future. Do I have any privacy or not with you? That's her point. That they don't have a home, they don't have an apartment or something. So Lord Shiva was here in the forest. So then Lord Shiva, just to pacify her, because she was feeling really embarrassed, to calm her down, Lord Shiva said, all right, from now on, anyone who comes here. But again, these are all great personalities. Who is Lord Shiva? He's also Ishvara. He's also a controller, very, very powerful. So it's not that they just make some mistakes out of lust or anger or anything. It's not like that. Or coming under the influence of the modes, they're making mistakes. It's not like that, especially for Lord Shiva. We cannot say that. So there is some reason, right? When Arjun also, he was put into illusion because the Lord had some plan behind that. So Surya Vamsa, in Chandravamsa, Lord Krishna appeared. If there is no Chandravamsa, then in Surya Vamsa, Lord Ramchandra appeared. So that is where this whole canto is leading to, because the next canto, 10th canto, is all about Krishna's pastimes. And Krishna is called the Ashraya Tattva. You read, now you've been hearing the second canto for so many days in the temple. So there are 10 topics in Bhagavatam. The Ashraya Tattva is the ultimate. The remaining 9 topics are meant to bring us to the Ashraya Tattva. Who is that Ashraya? Lord Krishna. So the 10th canto is really the heart. Everything else is leading to the 10th canto. So this 9th canto, unless this Moon dynasty came, and in that King Yadu will come, and in that dynasty Krishna will come, and that opens up the whole discussion about Lord Krishna, his appearance, his activities, like that. So there is a reason for everything. Nothing is
Yeah,
done.
there's a reason
Yeah.
for everything. But small, silly questions, these are the, like you said, if we don't go through Shastras, means
Yeah.
step by step, then you won't understand it all.
Right.
These silly questions arise. That's what I'm saying. Now,
Yes.
see, mostly in Kali Yuga, what is that? Nobody is going through that much Shastras. So that is what
but there is no other way. There is no other way. You have to go through Shastra, of course. But we get the essence of all Shastras. Yeah, nobody has the time and nobody has the intelligence and memory to study all the Shastras and arrive at the conclusion. But by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, now the essence of all Shastras is available to us in the form of Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, Srimad Bhagavatam, and the highest philosophy is available in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we don't lack in anything. If we simply study the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, we are nicely covered. Srila Prabhupada gave us Ishopanishad, nectar of instruction, nectar of devotion. Everything that we need to know is given to us nicely by Srila Prabhupada. Now, if we say, no, I don't want to study that also, still you answer my questions? No, you'll have to study. That's when you'll get the answers.
I agree with that.
Yes, Mataji.
So, Sudyumna, Sudyumna became a woman and married to Buddha.
Buddha, correct. And Buddha is the son of Moon, Soma.
Buddha is the son of Moon.
So that we will read now. In the 14th chapter, we are reading how this Buddha was born.
Okay.
And then this Buddha's son becomes Pururava. So that means Buddha and Sudyumna's son, right? So let's just read the text, first text. Yeah. So Mataji, Aditi Lata Mataji, your turn. I'll just read the Sanskrit. Sri Rajo Vacha Manvantarani Sarvani Tvayoktani Shrutani Me Viryanyananta Viryasya Harestatra Kritani Cha.
King Parikshit said, My lord, Sukdev Goswami, you have elaborately described all the periods of the various manus, and within those periods, the wonderful activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has unlimited potency. I am fortunate to have heard all of this from you. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna. King Parikshit said, My lord, Sukadev Goswami, my lord Sukadev Goswami, you have elaborately described all the periods of the various manus. If you remember, the previous canto also, the 8th canto, was actually about all the different manus, the avatars, Manvantara avatars that appear in each of the Manvantara, right, like that. And then finally we came after reading the first, totally there are 14 Manvantaras, and we are in the 7th one currently. So then we started reading from the first. Of course, the first Manvantara we had already discussed, so we didn't go into the detail. Right, in the first Manvantara, we read about Yagya. Yagya is the son of Prasuti. Not Prasuti, Akuti. Akuti and Ruchi. Akuti and Ruchi Prajapati's son is Yagya. So that is the first Manvantara avatar in the Swayambhuva Manvantara. So then like that we read for each Manvantara who are all the administrative like who are the Saptarishis, who is Lord Indra, like that. There's a change of government in every Manvantara. So like that we read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And after that, the next one, seventh one is Shraddha Dev, also called Vaivasvata Manu. So then we read Vaivasvata Manu. We want to know about the dynasty of Vaivasvata Manu. Or maybe we read about all 14. I don't know, I'm also forgetting. Maybe we read about all 14, and then in the 9th canto we wanted to, or Parikshit Maharaj wanted to know specifically about Vaivasvata Manu's dynasty, because we are in that Vaivasvata Manvantara now. All the kings there. Let me quickly go back. I hope you don't mind. I don't have it. Check with Rasapriya. No, I don't have. So, Canto 8. Yeah, the Manus, administrators of the universe. So, yeah. So, yeah, we just read about the one before this. We didn't read about the others. Yeah, so we came up to the 4th Manu. Yeah, and then we came to Gajendra Moksha. After the 4th Manu, we studied about Gajendra Moksha. Then 5th Manu, 6th Manus, we read about 5th and 6th Manus. Okay. Then after the 5th and 6th Manus, now we are in the 7th Manu. So then in that 6th Manvantara, we are reading about the battle between the demigods and demons, Mohini Murti's appearance. Yeah. So we came up to the 7th Manu. Okay. And then in the 7th Manu, which is Shraddha Deva, which is our present Manvantara, Vaivasvata Manvantara. So now, what is the dynasty? Who are all the kings that came in this Manvantara? Before you go to the next one, the future Manvantaras and the future Manus, and what the avatars will be in the future Manvantaras. Parikshit Maharaj wants to know about the dynasty of the 9th. I mean, the dynasty of this 7th Manu, Vaivasvata Manu. Who are all the kings that came in this line? He wanted to know. Okay. Like that. So that's how we started this canto, the 9th canto, reading about the dynasties coming from the dynasty, or the kings coming in the dynasty of Vaivasvata Manu. Okay. So thus far, Sukadev Goswami is saying, you read, right, Mataji? I think Aditi Lata Mataji read the translation, right?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. So, O king, thus far you have heard the description of the dynasty of the sun god. So far, whatever you heard so far is the description of the dynasty of sun god. What did we read? We read King Nimi's dynasty, yes, ending with I think Maru, right? Maru. And then we also read Vikukshi's dynasty ending with Sumitra. Ending means they are the future kings.
This one, Mataji, I read the previous one. Parikshit
This is
Maharaj.
the first verse. This is the first verse, Mataji.
She read this one. You read this one.
This is the first verse. This is what you read.
And this is what she read.
See, Parikshit Maharaj is also there. Sukadev Goswami said to Parikshit Maharaj.
See, Mataji, it is Kali Yuga. I read just now and then I forgot also just now.
No, actually, I'm confusing you by telling so many things here and there and connecting everything. That's why. But yeah, I feel it's important to connect. That's why.
Nimi to Manu, Bhikukshi to
Sumitra.
Sumitra.
And they are both sons of Ikshvaku. Sons means they're sons of Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku had 100 sons. 3 of them are prominent. 3 eldest sons are Vikukshi, Nimi, and Dandaka. So we read about the dynasty of Vikukshi, and in that Vikukshi's dynasty, we saw Lord Ramchandra also. Then we read about the dynasty of King Nimi, and in that we saw Sita Devi come, Janak Maharaj. And after that, now in this chapter, we are going to read. So now Sukadev Goswami is saying, so what did that Sun dynasty, the prominent point of that Sun dynasty is, apart from all the other kings, the Supreme Lord has appeared as Lord Ramchandra in this Sun dynasty. And then parallelly, you have Janak Maharaj and his daughter Sita Devi. And then we go future also, after Lord Ramchandra, continuation. Similarly, in Janak Maharaj also in future.
Dandaka had who?
That we didn't discuss.
Oh,
It's simply said that 3 of them are prominent, the eldest 3 are prominent. There are 100, I mean, you can discuss all 100, but the book will become bulky.
Oh,
right?
So I'll be more confused than Aditi Lata.
So that's why. But now we are reading. So Sukadev Goswami, coming back to what we are reading here, Sukadev Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj that, my dear king, thus far you have heard the description of the dynasty of the sun god. Because sun god is the father, and then his son and his son and his son, like that. Okay. So Sudyumna is his son, but Sudyumna became a woman. So her sons as a woman, they don't come under the Sun dynasty. That's the point. The dynasty comes from the father. So therefore, that is not counted here. So under the sun, thus far, you have heard the description of the dynasty of the sun god. Now here the most glorious and purifying description of the dynasty of the moon god. Why is it most glorious? Why is this description? Krishna.
Is there.
Yes. Why is it a purifying description? The whole dynasty. Here also, later on we will read, but just like sandalwood. Sandalwood, we know how valuable sandalwood is. But sandalwood is known as Malayan sandalwood. Sandalwood of Malaysia. Now, sandalwood can appear anywhere. But because sandalwood appears in abundance in Malaysia, this Malaysia or the Malaya hills, they became very famous. Because of sandalwood appearing there in large quantities, the Malayan hills or Malaysia has become very famous. And even sandalwood itself is known as Malaysian wood, right? Malaysian sandalwood. It gets the name. Similarly, that means Malaysia has become very popular, very famous because of sandalwood. Similarly, Krishna is like sandalwood, and the Malaya mountains are like the Yadu dynasty, the dynasty in which Krishna has appeared. Krishna is what we are interested in Krishna, just like what we are interested in sandalwood. But because sandalwood appears in that place also becomes glorious. Similarly, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but because he appeared in this particular moon dynasty, the whole moon dynasty has become glorious by Krishna's appearance there. So that is why here Parikshit Maharaj is, Sukadev Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj, now here the most glorious and purifying description of the dynasty of the moon god. This description mentions kings like Aila. Aila means Pururava, of whom it is glorious to hear. So Pururava is not an ordinary person. We will read about him. Very, very great king. सहस्रशिरसः पुंसो नाभिहरदासरोरुहात् जातस्यासीत् सुतो धातुर् अत्रिः पितृसमो समो गुणैः. So next is Is Inbainya here? No. So then Isha, Krishna, Shish, Madhava, Rasapriya.
Lord Vishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, is also known as Sahasra Shirsha Purusha. From the lake of his navel sprang a lotus, on which Lord Brahma was generated. Atri, the son of Lord Brahma, was as qualified as his father.
Yes. So Lord Vishnu, here Lord Vishnu means Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, is also known as Sahasra Shirsha Purusha. Because here it says Sahasra Shirsha Shirsha Pumso. Pumsa means Purusha. Sahasra Shirsha Purusha means who? That means Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Garbhodakashayi Vishnu has many, like thousands of heads, thousands of hands and legs. This is Garbhodakashayi Vishnu's form. When you see the painting, you see as just one Lord Vishnu with one head, and from his navel, Lord, lotus is sprouting, and Lord Brahma is born. Actually, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is called Saharsha Shirsha Purusha. He has many heads. And the Virata Rupa, which we know is the material form, right? Material form means the body made of material elements. This Virata Purusha is made or is formed based on, the example is like this. Just like, a human mother gives birth to a human baby. That means a human mother and father, they have one head, two hands, two legs. Similarly, the baby born of the mother or the father will have the same two hands, two legs. It looks like a human being. You take a cat, it has four legs and one tail, whiskers. Like that, a cat gives birth to a cat baby, which looks just like a cat mother. Similarly, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is, you can say, the mother from whom this Virata Purusha has come. So because Garbhodakashayi Vishnu has these Sahasra Shirsha, Sahasra arms and legs, naturally the form that is born from him also has exactly similar. Sahasra Shirsha, that is the Virata Rupa. So this, when they say Sahasra Shirsha, means you should know this is Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Garbhodakashayi Vishnu.
The mantra pushpam they say Sahasra Sirsha Purusha Sahasrakta Sahasrapada.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah. Even Karanodakashayi Vishnu also has the same form. Karanodakashayi Vishnu also has many heads. So now, that's why when it is said here, Sahasra Shirsha Pumsaha, means you understand it is Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. From the lake of his navel sprang a lotus on which Lord Brahma was generated. Okay, so the son of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is Lord Brahma. Atri, the son of Lord Brahma, was as qualified as his father. So now the son of Lord Brahma is Atri. Lord Brahma gave birth to several children directly from his body, not with the help of a wife. From his mind someone was born, so he just generated, he created population. Lord Brahma is also a Prajapati, but he created without the help of a wife, right? He just manifested, right? Manasaputra, like that. From his anger, Rudra was generated. And then the Prajapatis appeared, Swayambhuva Manu, and then his consort Shatarupa, like that. So we will read all this in the third canto about the creation, the Visarga. Visarga means the secondary creation done by Lord Brahma. There we read the details, how Lord Brahma has created the various Prajapatis. So one of his sons is Atri Muni. So about Atri Muni it is said, he is as qualified as his father Lord Brahma. Next. So what are we trying to read here? We want to read about the Moon dynasty. So this is the background. From Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, Lord Brahma, from Lord Brahma, Atri Muni. तस्य दृग्भ्यो भवत्पुत्रः सोमो मृतमयः किल vipraushadhyudu gunanam brahmana kalpitah patihi. Krishna Shish.
From Atri's tears of jubilation was born a son named Soma, the moon, who was full of soothing rays. Lord Brahma appointed him the director of the Brahmanas, drugs and luminaries.
So here it is said, so Atri is the husband of Anasuya. Okay? So from Atri's tears of jubilation was born a son named Soma, the moon. Okay, so moon from the tears of jubilation of Atri. So again, we read this in the earlier cantos when we are reading about the where am I here? Okay, when we are reading about the descendants or the descendants of the daughters of Daksha. So or the daughters of the daughters of Daksha. So there we read about Atri Muni performing tapasya to please the Lord of this universe, right? But he was not clear who is the Lord of the universe. So then he was meditating on the Lord of the universe and he wanted a son like him. So then, because he was not clear who is the Lord of the universe, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, all three appeared. Who were you calling? So then, when he saw all three, he was very happy, very jubilant. And then he said, I wanted a son from you, but since all three of you have come, all three of you give me, like that. So that's how he gets three sons. So here it is said, by Atri Muni's jubilation, tears of jubilation, Soma was born. That means through Lord Brahma blessed him with a son, Soma. And about this, huh?
And Dhruva was born to Shiva. How?
Durvasa.
Oh, okay.
Durvasa is born. Lord Shiva blessed Atri Muni with a son called Durvasa, and Lord Vishnu. That means it's a expansion of Lord Shiva came as Durvasa, expansion of Lord Vishnu came as Dattatreya, and expansion of Lord Brahma came as Soma. So about this Soma, the moon, it is said, he was full of soothing rays. Lord Brahma appointed him the director of the Brahmanas, drugs, and luminaries. So as we see in Bhagavad Gita, Nakshatranam Aham Shashi, Krishna says. So of all stars, I am the moon. So therefore the moon is the director or the head of all the stars in the sky. The moon. This is luminaries. And also, plants, they get nourishment from moonlight in the night. They need sunlight, but they also need, when you study, botany or you study plant life, you will see or you study agriculture, which I studied. So you will see that for different plants, there is a different time, hours of night time required for them to grow properly. Those many hours of night are required for them. Generally, we think they need sunlight. No, they also need night time. So what is this night time? How are they getting nourishment? From moon. Soma is nourishing the vegetables, nourishing the flowers. Soma is giving, and all the herbs, right? They are all getting medicinal plants. So that is why here it is said Soma is the director of all the drugs. In another place also we read this, when we read about the Prachetas. The Prachetas married Marisha. Who is Marisha? Marisha was born again by one Apsara, right? She came to disturb one sage, and once she disturbed him, that means he released his semen, then she went away. Then from that, a baby was born, and that baby was this Marisha. And she was there the baby was left there in the forest, and the mother took off, right? The Apsara, she went away. She came there to disturb the sage, and she finished her duty, so she left. Now the poor baby was born, and she's there in the forest. So then the moon god, being the lord of the forest, because he's the one that's nourishing all the plants, he made the forests took pity. The forest trees, they took pity on this baby, and they started sheltering and giving, raising that baby. But the baby was hungry, it needed food, milk, no mother. So the moon god put his own finger in the mouth of this baby to suck. And then he fed this baby, with the nectar, somaras, or the nectar that he has. And then he actually, so this baby was raised by all the forest trees, and personally nourished by Soma. And then she grew up to be a very beautiful, qualified young lady. And she was the Supreme Lord. When he appeared to the Prachetas, he told the Prachetas that you should marry this Marisha, all 10 of them, Prachetas. And then she gave birth to Daksha, the son of all 10 Prachetas, one son, that is Daksha. So again, there also we see the moon god is the lord of, all drugs and all plants. He's the one who's giving nourishment. So that's what I wanted to say. In another place also we see. So here it is said that Lord Brahma appointed Soma as the director of the Brahmanas, the director of all drugs, and of the luminaries. So Madhava, you read the purport. Are you reading, Madhava? Rasapriya, you'll read? Purport.
According to the Vedic description, Soma, the moon god, was born from the mind of the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
Chandrama Manaso Jataha.
But here we find that Soma was born from the tears in the eyes of Atri. This appears contradictory to the Vedic information, but actually it is not. For this birth of the moon is understood to have taken place in another millennium. When tears appear in the eyes because of jubilation, the tears are soothed. Srila Viswanath Chakravarti Thakur says,
Drigya Anandashibhya Atha Evamritamaya.
Here the words of Drigbhaya means from tears of jubilation. Therefore, the moon god is called Amritamaya, full of soothing rays. In the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam 4.1.15, we find this verse.
Atre patnyamasuyatrin jagye suyashasah sutan dattam durvasa samsomam atmesha brahma sambhavan.
This verse describes the Anasuya, Anasuya, the wife of Atri Rishi, bore 3 sons, Soma, Durvasa, and Dattatreya. It is said that at the time of conception, Anasuya was impregnated by the tears of Atri.
That's how.
That's
Actually,
really
they appeared from Brahma, Vishnu, and Lord Shiva. But at the time of impregnation, when she was impregnated, she was actually impregnated by the tears of Atri, or the tears of jubilation of Atri. So that's why here it is said that from Atri's tears of jubilation was born a son named Soma. And also, another point that Srila Prabhupada brings out here in the purport is that we know that moon is born from the mind, or you say, when you read about the Virata Purusha, right? The moon is the mind of the Supreme Lord. So the moon is born from the mind of the Supreme Lord. But here we are seeing the moon is born from Atri Muni. So what is the explanation? Both these births are from 2 different millennia, 2 different kalpas, or 2 different kalpas. Okay. And also Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, yeah, this Drigbhyaha means from the tears of jubilation. Yeah. Okay. Next. Madhav, you're going to read? Soyajad Rajasuyena Vijitya Bhuvanatrayam Patnim Brihaspatir Darpat Taram Namaharad Balat.
After conquering the three worlds, the upper, middle, and lower planetary systems, Soma, the moon god, performed a great sacrifice known as the Rajasuya Yajna. Because he was very much puffed up, he forcibly kidnapped Brihaspati's wife, whose name was Tara.
So here the important word is balat, balat, by force. Okay. After conquering the three worlds. So now we saw about Soma. We read about Soma. Soma is a very, so that's why first the background is set about who is Soma. He is the son of Atri Muni, right? And a very special birth and a very powerful, special personality. He's not an ordinary person that, out of lust he acted, he did something. It's not like that. We should understand. He is the director of the Brahmanas, he's the director of all drugs, and he's the director of, what was the third one? Brahmanas, drugs, and what was the third one? Stars, luminaries, yes. So don't commit the mistake of thinking that he's not an ordinary person. Still, he forcibly took away the wife of Brihaspati. Who is Brihaspati? The guru of the demigods. Balat, by force he took away the wife of Brihaspati. That's the point. Okay. I'll read the translation again. After conquering the three worlds, the upper, middle, and lower planetary systems, Soma, the moon god, performed a great sacrifice known as the Rajasuya Yajna. Soma performed the Rajasuya Yajna. Because he was very much puffed up, he forcibly kidnapped Brihaspati's wife, whose name was Tara. Okay, so Srila Prabhupada is saying because he was very much puffed up. Okay. Okay. I was listening to a lecture by His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj, and Maharaj said that don't take him as an ordinary person. That's why I said that. Of course, he's not an ordinary person. Again, right? We want the moon dynasty to come and then Krishna will appear. So somewhere something has to happen. So anyway, so somehow he was inspired to do this. So here Srila Prabhupada is saying because he was very much puffed up, he forcibly kidnapped Brihaspati's wife, whose name was Tara. Okay. He didn't steal. The point that Maharaj made was that it's not that generally you will think that, he went stealthily and he stole her. No. Forcibly, by power, by force, he went and, took her away by force. Who? The wife of his guru. Soma is a moon. Moon is demigod. And the guru of the moons is Brihaspati. So he stole the wife of his guru. Stole, no. He took by force. He took the wife of his guru by force. And then, so this is history, right? We just read the history and we understand what happened. Yada sadeva guruna yachito bhikshna madat natyajat tat krite jagye suradanava vigraha. Okay, so after Rasapriya, who is next? Sonia Mataji is not here. So Priyanka Mataji and then Saujanya Mataji and Vindhyavali Mataji. And then we will end. Yeah, Priyanka Haripriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Although requested again and again by Brihaspati, the spiritual master of the demigods, Soma did not return Tara. This was due to his false pride. Consequently, a fight ensued between the demigods and the demons.
Yeah. And also another interesting thing, Brihaspati, it says Yachita. Yachita means begging, literally begging. He's the guru. His disciple has forcibly taken away his wife. Still, he is begging his disciple, return my wife. Please return my wife. Not once, but again and again. Again and again. Yachitaha. Okay. So, although requested again and again by Brihaspati, the spiritual master of the demigods, Soma did not return Tara. Tara was the wife of Brihaspati. Soma would not return her. Why he didn't return? Srila Prabhupada is saying this was due to his false pride. Consequently, a fight ensued between the demigods and the demons. So how did the demons come into picture? Brihaspati is the guru of the demigods. Generally, if there is fight, when there is ghar phoote, gawar loote, right? So if you have some fight within yourself, then the outsider takes advantage of that and he will come and attack you. That only must have happened, because here is the guru of the demigods and the disciple, and they are having a strife. The disciple has taken away the guru's wife, and the guru is asking, and the disciple is not giving. And then there ensued a fight between the demons took advantage of the situation, and there was a fight between the demigods and the demons. Next. शुक्रो बृहस्पतिर्द्वेषाद् अग्रहीत सासुरोडुपम हरो गुरु सुतम स्नेहात् सर्वभूता गणावृतः. Mataji, Saujanya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam Sastashri.
Dandavат Pranam Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Because of enmity between Brihaspati and Shukra, Shukra took the side of the moon god and was joined by the demons. But Lord Shiva, because of affection for the son of his spiritual master, joined the side of Brihaspati and was accompanied by all the ghosts and hobgoblins. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So what exactly happened was, so there are two parties now, and again Maharaj says this is natural in this world. Any two people have some, they have some misunderstanding or some uh, disagreement, immediately people start taking sides, right? This happens anywhere, higher realms also, here also. When two people are having some kind of disagreement or some kind of misunderstanding, then some people will take that person's side, other people will take this person's side, and there is a world war, right? There's a battle, there's a fight, because there's people taking sides. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur very strictly forbids Vaishnavas to take sides, or us to take sides when two Vaishnavas are having some, apparent uh, disagreement or quarrel. Don't take the sides, because both are Vaishnavas, both are dear to Krishna. Don't take sides. What happens when you take sides? Like here, then you start fighting, because you take one person's side, it's just false ego, right? You take this person's side, so then the other person becomes your enemy. Now you start blaspheming that person, like that. So anyway, here also Shukracharya took the side of Soma. Soma, who took away his guru's wife. Who's the guru? Brihaspati. Brihaspati is the guru of demigods. Shukracharya is the guru of demons. So guru, right? Demons and demigods. So he is his uh, opponent. So he saw an opportunity. My enemy's enemy becomes friend. My enemy is Brihaspati, because Shukracharya is the guru of the demons. So his enemy is the guru of the demigods. So now Brihaspati's temporarily enemy is Soma, because Soma took away Brihaspati's wife. So Shukracharya befriended Soma. He supported Soma with all his demoniac army, the demons. So they were on one side. Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva is also a demigod, isn't it? So Lord Shiva, because of affection for his guru, he sided with Brihaspati, along with all his followers. Who are the followers of Lord Shiva? The ghosts, hobgoblins, yakshas, they're all the followers of Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva came with all his followers to support Brihaspati. Shukracharya, along with all his followers, the demons, supported Soma. Now there's a fight between the demons and the demigods. The demigods are on the side of Brihaspati and the demons are on the side of Soma. So demons means with Shukracharya. They're on the side of Soma and there's a fight. Purport, I'll just read the last purport, so we'll end here. The moon god is one of the demigods. He's actually a demigod. But to fight against the other demigods, he took the assistance of the demons. Shukra, being an enemy of Brihaspati, also joined the moon god to retaliate in wrath against Brihaspati. To counteract this situation, Lord Shiva, who was affectionate toward Brihaspati, joined Brihaspati. The father of Brihaspati was Angira, from whom Lord Shiva had received knowledge. So there's more connection. Brihaspati's father is Angira, and Lord Shiva received knowledge from Angira. Therefore, Lord Shiva had some affection for Brihaspati, right? My guru's son. Like that. Not just that Lord Shiva is a demigod and the guru of the demigods is Brihaspati. Not only like that, but also Lord Shiva personally received instruction, knowledge from Angira, and Angira's son is Brihaspati. So Lord Shiva's guru's son is Brihaspati. So out of affection for his guru, he had affection for Brihaspati, who is the son of his guru. So the father of Brihaspati was Angira, from whom Lord Shiva had received knowledge. Therefore, Lord Shiva had some affection for Brihaspati and joined his side in this fight. Sridhar Swami remarks, Angirasaha sakshat prapta vidyo hara iti prasiddha. Lord Shiva is well known to have received knowledge from Angira. So we will end here Srimad Bhagavatam reading. So we are ending at the point that now there is a battle between the demons and the demigods. On one side is Brihaspati, Lord Shiva, and all the followers, all the demigods. And on the other side is Soma and Shukracharya with all the demons. So there's a fight between the demons and the demigods. Let's read Bhagavad Gita as it is. We have come to the conclusion of the introduction. So we are reading about the Gita Mahatmya. So one who drinks the water of the Ganges attains salvation. So what to speak of one who drinks the nectar of Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita is the essential nectar of the Mahabharata, and it is spoken by Lord Krishna himself, the original Vishnu. Gita Mahatmya 5. Bhagavad Gita comes from the mouth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the Ganges is said to emanate from the lotus feet of the Lord. Of course, there is no difference between the mouth and the feet of the Supreme Lord. But from an impartial study, we can appreciate that Bhagavad Gita is even more important than the water of the Ganges. Because the Ganges is emanating from the lotus feet, Bhagavad Gita is coming from the lotus mouth of the Supreme Lord. So the mouth is on a higher, right? It's more, you can say, important. Just from an impartial position. Of course, Anga niyasya sakalendriya vrittimanti, right? The Lord's angas, they're all equally powerful. So not to say that one is less and the other is more, but still, Prabhupada is saying from an impartial point of view, if you want to see, then you can see that the mouth has a more important, just like you have Brahmanas and you have Shudras, right? Shudras are also important in the society. Brahmanas are also important. Still, the Brahmanas are the ones that are showing the, what do you say, showing the right path to the society, right? Just like Srila Prabhupada says that if you don't have a leg, you can still live. If you don't have a head, can you live? No. So Brahmanas are the heads, right? Like that. So similarly, the mouth is more important compared to the feet. In that sense, Bhagavad Gita is more powerful in purifying than the river Ganges. It is said that even in Srimad Bhagavatam there's a verse that says that Ganga water purifies one, certainly, no doubt, but after prolonged use, you keep taking bath regularly every day and you will certainly be purified of all your sins. But sadhu is such that you simply right, come in the association of the sadhu, right? If he just sees you just for a moment, lava matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy, immediately you are purified. That is the power of a sadhu. So there also it is said. So similarly, here in Gita Mahatmya, we are seeing that Bhagavad Gita comes from the mouth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the Ganges is said to emanate from the lotus feet of the Lord. Of course, there is no difference between the mouth and the feet of the Supreme Lord, but from an impartial study, we can appreciate that Bhagavad Gita is even more important than the water of the Ganges. Sarvopanishado gavo dogdha gopala nandanaha partho vatsaha sudhir bhokta dugdham gitamritam mahat. This Gita-upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, the essence of all the Upanishads, is just like a cow. Bhagavad Gita is like a cow. And Lord Krishna, who is famous as a cowherd boy, is milking this cow. Krishna is milking this cow. He is giving us, right, this Bhagavad Gita, the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is giving us. Arjun is just like a calf. So this milk is being fed to whom? Of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is giving the instructions of Bhagavad Gita to Arjun. Arjun is just like a calf, but when the calf comes to a cow and it drinks some water, some milk from the mother cow, she gives more milk for everyone else also, isn't it? Even after the calf drinks, there's plenty of milk for people to drink from the cow. This is the nature of the cow. So Arjun is just like a calf, and learned scholars and pure devotees are to drink the nectarian milk of Bhagavad Gita, Gita Mahatmya 6. So Krishna is a cowherd, Bhagavad Gita is the cow, Arjun is the calf, and the nectarian milk coming from the cow, it must be accepted by all the pure devotees and learned scholars. That means this Bhagavad Gita, the nectar of Bhagavad Gita is to be relished by all the learned scholars and pure devotees. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva Eko Mantrastasya Namani Yani Karmapyekam Tasya Devasya Seva. Gita Mahatmya 7. In this present day, people are very much eager to have one scripture, one God, one religion, and one occupation. Therefore, Ekam Shastram, one scripture, Devaki Putra Gitam, the song of the son of Devaki, which is Bhagavad Gita. Let there be one scripture. What is that? Bhagavad Gita. Let there be one scripture only, one common scripture for the whole world. Bhagavad Gita. Eko Devo. Let there be one God. Who? Devaki Putra Eva, the son of Devaki. Let him be the only God for the whole world. Let there be one God for the whole world, Sri Krishna. Eko mantras tasya namani. Let there be only one mantra. What is that? His name, Krishna's name. And one hymn, one mantra, one prayer, the chanting of his name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Karma pyekam tasya devasya seva. Let there be only one activity. Let there be one work only, the service of the Supreme Personality of God. So this is Gita Mahatmya. And the final thing is, this is our parampara, Guru Shishya parampara, the disciplic succession in which we are coming. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu. Bhagavad Gita 4.2. This Bhagavad Gita as it is received through this disciplic succession. Krishna spoke this to Brahma, Brahma to Narada, Narada to Vyasdev, that we see in Srimad Bhagavatam. Vyasdev to Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya, we are from Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So that Madhva, Vyasdev to Madhva, Madhvacharya to Padmanabha, then Narahari, Madhava, Akshobhya, Jayatirtha, Jnanasindhu, Dayanidhi, Vidyanidhi, Rajendra, Jayadharma, Purushottama, Brahmanya Tirtha, Vyasa Tirtha, Lakshmipati. And then 20 is Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri is Lakshmipati's disciple. Madhavendra Puri. Then Ishwara Puri. And Ishwara Puri, along with Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, they're all disciples of Madhavendra Puri. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who took initiation from Ishwarapuri. And direct disciples of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are the six Goswamis, Rupa Goswami, Sir Sarup Damodar Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, and then their disciple, Rupa Goswami's disciple is Raghunath Das Goswami, and Jiva Goswami also. Okay, Rupa Goswami. Actually, Swarup Damodar Goswami's assistant is Raghunath Das Goswami. Rupa Goswami's disciple is Jiva Goswami. Then Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is the disciple of Raghunath Das Goswami. He was listening to Chaitanya Leela from Raghunath Das Goswami. And then Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's disciple is Narottam Das Thakur. Narottam Das Thakur's disciple Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's disciple Baladev Vidyabhushan and also uh, Jagannath Das Babaji. Jagannath Das Babaji's disciple Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur's disciple Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj's disciple Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disciple Srila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. And our current gurus, they're all the disciples of Srila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, or a disciple, just like we have Jayadvaita Maharaj is the disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Jayadvaita Maharaj's disciple is Kadambakanan Maharaj. Kadambakanan Maharaj's disciple is Swayam Keshav Bhagwan Maharaj. So either directly Srila Prabhupada's disciple or a disciple of the disciple of the disciple. So this is how we receive Bhagavad Gita, through this disciplic succession. So with that, we come to the end of Bhagavad Gita introduction. From tomorrow, we will begin chapter 1. Okay, Saujanya Mataji.
Mataji, who wrote Gita Mahatyam, Mataji?
Shankaracharya. Shripad Shankaracharya. Yes.
Shankaracharya is actually he's follower of Shiva, right?
No, he is Lord Shiva. He is Lord Shiva. Shankaracharya is Lord Shiva himself. So Lord Shiva, you will find this, I think this is said in Padma Purana. Lord Shiva is speaking to his consort Parvati Devi, and there he reveals to her how his Lord, his master, Lord Vishnu, has instructed him to that how he is going to appear in Kali Yuga in a form to cheat people, right? Cheat people means he'll give this philosophy, the Advaita philosophy, the Mayavad philosophy. Why? What is the purpose of this philosophy? To trap all those people who are crooked, right? So they will be reading the Vedas, but they don't have that faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So to trap all these people, all these fish into a net, and then send them all to hell, for that purpose, Lord Shiva comes as Shankaracharya. But we know Lord Shiva is Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. He is, all the Vaishnavas, he is the greatest Vaishnava. He is a great devotee of the Lord. So although as his mission, he propounds this Shariraka Bhashya, which is the commentary, Advaita commentary on the Vedanta Sutras, and he does it very well. And he has trapped all these people. But towards the end of his pastimes, earthly pastimes, he shows his true nature. The famous writings of Shankaracharya, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. Oh, foolish mind, you serve Govinda. So, but unfortunately, his followers, they don't They didn't understand. But why they didn't understand? Because, the thing is, that was the whole purpose, to trap these people. They don't have that type of faith. So just to move them out. And then after that, after Shankaracharya, then, Ramanujacharya comes, and now the Vaishnava philosophy. Now those people are all removed. Now people are able to accept the Vaishnava philosophy like that. So there is a systematic plan how to bring back. Ultimately, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives us. So after Ramanujacharya, then Madhvacharya. So each level, when one great Acharya comes, they take us one step ahead, one higher level. And finally, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he gave us the highest, the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, like that.
So, Mataji, when you just read the Bhagavad, the
Gita
discipline succession chart, in
Uh,
that you read Madhvacharya, right, Mataji?
Yes,
Yeah. So Madhvacharya is from
Brahma Sampradaya.
Brahmasam. Then that means in between, like you just said, like Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, and
No. So we have four prominent Vaishnava Sampradayas. So one is Brahma Sampradaya, second is Sri Sampradaya, third is Rudra Sampradaya, fourth is Kumara Sampradaya. So Advaita, these are Vaishnava Sampradayas. Shankaracharya is not coming in a Vaishnava Sampradaya. He created his own philosophy. So it does not fall in the bona fide Vaishnava Sampradaya. He is not coming. But as Lord Rudra, as Lord Shiva, he has his own Sampradaya. Rudra Sampradaya. So in Rudra Sampradaya, Vallabhacharya comes. So they are Vaishnavas. So Ramanujacharya comes in Sri Sampradaya. So therefore you don't see his name in Brahma Sampradaya. So if you see the disciplic succession from Sri Sampradaya, that means the first Acharya of that Sri Sampradaya is Sri Lakshmi Devi. In Brahma Sampradaya, the first Acharya of that Sampradaya is Lord Brahma. In Rudra Sampradaya, the first Acharya is Lord Shiva. In Kumara Sampradaya, first are the Kumaras. First means where did they receive their knowledge from? Directly from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, we read how Lord Brahma directly received knowledge from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye, right? Brahma Hrida, Adi Kavi is Lord Brahma, and Brahma means that Vedic knowledge was transmitted to the heart of Adi Kavi, Lord Brahma. By whom? Krishna. So this is Brahma Sampradaya. Similarly, in Sri Sampradaya, directly from the Supreme Lord, the knowledge will be given to Lakshmi Devi. And then from Lakshmi Devi, it is coming down in disciplic succession. That is Sri Sampradaya. So Ramanujacharya comes in Sri Sampradaya. When you see the disciplic succession of Sri Sampradaya, you will find Ramanujacharya's name. Similarly, Rudra Sampradaya and Kumara Sampradaya. These are four bona fide Vaishnava Sampradayas. For you to consider anyone to be a bona fide devotee of the Lord, they must be connected to one of these four. There's only four. They should come in disciplic succession, accepting Diksha in one of these four. Then you can accept them as bona fide. If not in these four, they are not bona fide.
then Shaiva Sampradaya is a different one. It's not among these four.
Rudra Sampradaya is Vaishnava, because their Lord Shiva is acting as a guru and teaching us Vaishnava, Siddhanta. But if you say Shaivites, they consider Lord Shiva to be supreme. They are not worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are not worshipping Lord Vishnu or Krishna. They think, and rather they see Lord Vishnu as a competitor of Lord Shiva. So that is not a Vaishnava Sampradaya.
But that is part of Rudra Sampradaya, but they misunderstood.
No, it is not Rudra Sampradaya. Rudra Sampradaya means you actually take, just like when you take in Brahma Sampradaya, when you take Diksha, you are trained by the previous Guru, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, what are the mantras you chant, what is the practice that you follow. You are trained by the previous Guru. And what is the Guru training you in? in worshipping the Supreme Personality. As soon as you say Vaishnava, Vaishnava means the Supreme Personality of Godhead, either Krishna or Lord Vishnu.
Krishna.
So when you say Shaiva, that's not a Vaishnava Sampradaya, because they are not accepting Lord Vishnu as the Supreme. They see Lord Vishnu as a competitor of Lord Shiva. They say Lord Shiva is the Supreme. So that is not a Vaishnava Sampradaya, that is not Rudra Sampradaya even. Because Rudra Sampradaya means Lord Rudra is teaching you how to worship Lord Vishnu.
Lord
So if you are
Vishnu.
coming in that succession, you will be worshipping Lord Vishnu under the guidance of Lord Shiva.
Then what is Shaiva Sampradaya? From where did that come from, Mataji?
That's not a
Not bona
sampradaya.
fide.
Just like you have worship. No, it's not a Vaishnava sampradaya. That's the thing. It's not a Vaishnava sampradaya.
It's
So
not a
just like
bona.
you want to go to New York, then you have to take a bus that goes to New York. You cannot take a bus that goes to California and expect to go to New York. You cannot go. So similarly, uh, if you want to reach the absolute truth, then you can only take one of these four buses, right? These four Vaishnava Sampradayas. Anything outside of this, you won't go to that destination. You won't go to that destination. And even Lord Shiva, in Rudra Sampradaya, he is acting as a guru and he is guiding you to go back to the Supreme Lord. And if you are innocent, you don't even know, then he will guide you. He will guide you. But if you are an envious person like the Mayavadis, then he will come as Shankaracharya and he will cheat you. Yes, yes, follow this philosophy. You are that supreme, right? Namo Narayanaya, you are Narayan. And then by doing that, you will go to hell, right? So those who also, then there's another class, right? They say Lord Shiva, he is with ghosts and all these. He drinks. We'll offer him bhang and we'll offer him all types of intoxication. We'll also take intoxication. We are all Shaivites. We are all followers of Lord Shiva. You think Lord Shiva is very pleased with them and he's going to send them to Lord Vishnu? No. But he is Ashutosh, like Mataji was saying, Vindhyavali Mataji was saying. Ashutosh, very quickly he is pleased. So actually the way Srila Prabhupada explains is in the purports that he doesn't want to be bothered by these materialistic people. They come to him to ask for some material results, right? They want intoxication, they want this and that. He gives them and go, leave me alone so I can meditate on my Lord. He doesn't want to deal with them. So quickly he gives them what they want, you go. Like that. He's not, but if somebody is sincere, he does not know. We have many devotees in our society also who were originally, they were looking for, even my Guru Maharaj, right? They were looking for the absolute truth. What is the purpose of life? They are searching and somehow they come to Lord Shiva, somehow or other. And then they are guided by Lord Shiva. He takes them, he plays the role of a guru, brings them to Lord Krishna. If we are sincere, then he takes us. But if our goal of approaching Lord Shiva is give me some material results, then that's what you get.
Then who
That's not a
started?
sampradaya.
So who started this Shaivite and all it? Mayavadis?
Materialistic people, not even Mayavadis.
So
Yeah,
there's no
Mayavadis.
proper parampara for that then.
Well, you have people worship demigods, right? Different people worship different demigods. Why they worship demigods? In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, out of lusty desires, you want to fulfill some material desire. Dhanam dehi, Rupavati, what is that? Bharya dehi, or you want to go to Swarga, you want this, you want that, you go to different demigods. So you go to Lord Shiva, you go to Parvati Devi to get a good wife, you go to Lord Shiva to get a good husband, like that. They approach for different things. So this is all demigod worship. This is not a sampradaya or anything. Those who are, they want some material results, then wherever, like going for shopping, right? These things are good in Costco, we'll buy in Costco. Other things are good in Walmart, we'll go. Like that. Go to this demigod, we can get this. That demigod, and in order to get that, we follow this vrata, this puja, and we'll get what we want. This is not sampradaya. You're just shopping for what you want, material results. So whether they are Shaivites or Shaktas or whoever they are, They are simply seeking some material result. Like
Thank you, Mataji. Sorry, I took your time.
no
Right.
problem. Vindhyavali Mataji.
You already took a lot of time, huh? No, Shaivites means Shaivites are there, but they say, like, we are praying Ganesha for obstacles, this, that, like that. Like demigods, you're saying. Shaivites, you can pray Shiva. But that doesn't mean, like you're saying, you're taking 4 buses to go to Vaikuntha. But, you have some buses bypass also. Some go direct. Some may not go direct. So some go to via Shiva and to by Krishna. Via Shiva to Krishna. I know you pray to Shiva, but it goes to Krishna. He will guide you there, like you said.
It depends on your motivation. If you're
Motivation.
looking for the ultimate absolute truth and you don't know who it is, right? Then somehow you come, somehow means, of course, by the mercy of Lord Shiva, right? He comes and then he takes your hand and he says, come. He is
Yeah.
the absolute truth. Go. That is if you are actually looking for that. But if you are approaching Lord Shiva for some material result, then he is not going to take you to Lord Krishna.
He
Not
gives
going to.
temporary results. That's it.
That's it.
So not permanent. That is the
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
So
when you call someone Shaivites, are they actually looking for the absolute truth? No. Generally, you see, they are fighting with the Vaishnavas. They say that, we are competitors. Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu, they are competitors. Lord Shiva is superior to Lord Vishnu. Why did Lord Ramchandra pray to Lord Shiva before crossing the ocean?
yeah, that is a
Right?
question always arises, Mataji.
Yeah, so they don't have faith. They don't have faith.
Because he did that Shivalinga, no? That's why he prayed Shiva.
Because he's a devotee. Why not? If the Lord loves his devotee. Krishna carries the shoe of Nanda Maharaj on his head. Why he is carrying? Why? Krishna loves his devotees. He is driving the chariot of Arjun. So Arjun became greater than Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
That is Krishna's love. He can become a servant and he can become a worshipper of his devotee. So if you want to understand what is in the heart of the Lord, why he does what he does, you have to hear from Mahajans. Mahajano yena gatasya pantha. You should hear from the devotees, then we can understand. But if we go with a challenging mood, I don't accept because he worshipped, so there's a question here. To such people, the Lord keeps them in that illusion. Yes, you are right. Because
But
he
the
doesn't
other
want
day I
to.
was hearing Mataji, somebody said, I don't know how far it is correct, Shiva gave the chakra to Vishnu. Is that any stories there?
Actually, we hear in Mahabharata that Sudarshan Chakra, actually, eternally, the Sudarshan Chakra is the Lord's weapon, Lord Vishnu's weapon, the Supreme Lord's weapon. But for Leela, when the Lord comes in this world, then just like the Lord has no birth, but he appears, he takes birth from Devaki and Vasudeva.
Mm-hmm.
Does it mean he's actually taking birth from Devaki and Vasudeva like we all take birth? No. Similarly, eternally, he is eternally existing and he is eternally the child of Vasudev, Devaki, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Mai. But here, he performs that Leela. In this particular Leela, he shows a beginning. It starts from here and is coming through this person, that person. So the Sudarshan Chakra is eternally his. What we read in Mahabharata is during that Khandava forest Yuddha. At that time, Varuna comes. Agnidev calls Varuna and Varuna gives Sudarshan Chakra to Krishna and he gives Gandiva to Arjun. But these are Krishna's only and Gandiva is also Arjun's only eternally. But that situation is created, to give it to him at that time. But they are eternally theirs, like that.
Already we are confused. They're confusing more.
Yeah. So yeah. Even let's say even if Lord Shiva gave it, what's the problem? Right? What's the problem?
No,
It's
but
not.
they say the question comes here, you say Krishna is superior, okay? Shiva is next. It's not for top person. But when he is giving the Vishnu Sudarshan Chakra, so what is that? That's the question comes. That's why I'm
अतः
asking.
श्री कृष्ण नामादि न भवेत् ग्राह्यम इंद्रियैः सेवन मुखे हि जिह्वादौ स्वयमेव स्फुरत्यदा. You will never be able to understand the Supreme Lord by your intelligence and by your logic. It's not possible. You can
100%.
keep on arguing for millions of years, you will never come to any conclusion. Even by quoting from scriptures, you won't be able to come to a conclusion, or by quoting different philosophers, you won't be able to come to a conclusion. You cannot. Then, how to find the ultimate answer? Mahajano yena gatasya pantha. The secret, the answers are all there in the hearts of pure devotees. So you have to get the answer from the pure devotees. For you to accept the words of pure devotees, you have to first surrender. Then you will understand. But as long as your approach is logic and argument, you will never find out. Because Krishna is the supreme. He is not anyone's servant that, oh, he has to prove himself to anyone else. So those who are not devotees, they will never understand.
Keep on getting questions.
Yes. And Krishna doesn't care.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. They'll say, so many Mataji, they'll say, the hunter shot Krishna and Krishna died because of the hunter's arrow. So he died. Yeah, Krishna says, yes, you believe that. But for those who are devotees, there is an explanation given by the pure devotees. And we are completely satisfied. We understand the answer. Right? So really, that's why, again, coming back to your first question, you have to first of all surrender and you have to take the whole course.
Yes.
Then you'll get the answer. You want quick, instant answers, you won't get. That will not convince your heart because you're already on the track of challenging, right? And when you get into a debate, you're always waiting for an opportunity to defeat your opponent this way, that way. You're not really trying to learn something or understand. You already made up something in your mind. You're trying to prove that you're right. You'll never get to an answer by that method. So,
faith is the main thing. You need trust and faith. That's what the main thing, whatever we are doing.
yes.
So if you have trust on somebody or something, whatever they say, that is, you will take it. Now, don't go by side answers or something.
Especially for bhakti, for you to enter into bhakti, the qualification is Purna Shraddha. Purna Shraddha in what? That Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and devotional service to Krishna is my only duty. I don't have any other duty. Simply rendering devotional service to Krishna. This is the conclusion of all the scriptures. What is the conclusion of all scriptures? That Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and devotional service to Krishna is the only duty of all living entities, is the conclusion of scriptures. Anyone who has faith in the conclusion of scriptures, he is eligible to enter into bhakti. Bhakti means what? You will render devotional service. And here in Nectar of Devotion we see Rupa Goswami is saying, by rendering service beginning with your mouth, that means you chant his names, you honor Krishna Prasad. By rendering devotional service, Krishna reveals about himself to you, then you will understand him. So as you said, for you to render service, first you need faith. Faith in what? Not in anything. Faith in the conclusion of all the scripture that only Krishna is the Supreme Lord and devotional service to Krishna is the only activity, only duty of all living entities. Only when one has this faith, he will enter into Shuddha Bhakti. When he enters into Shuddha Bhakti, then the Lord reveals about himself. Others, they will not understand. Again, like licking the bottle of honey from outside. You'll never taste the sweetness of honey. You'll simply be licking from outside, the bottle. But when you surrender to Krishna, when you render devotional service, the spiritual master opens the lid. Krishna opens the lid for you. And then he will make you taste the honey. Then you will see the sweetness. But first, we have to make that move. We have to get that faith. Otherwise, he won't reveal it to us. So the rest of the world, right? Those who are challenging, they'll remain there. But if we are intelligent, we don't get disturbed or distracted by their challenges. We will keep our faith firm in Krishna. What do they have to give us, Mataji? Those who are challenging, what is it that they are offering us? But if we have faith in Krishna, what is Krishna offering us? So why should we be distracted by them? Let's hold on to Krishna.
Very good
Thank
answer.
you.
Thank
Then
you.
Mataji, what should be our reaction to them? We just keep quiet and that's it.
Just get out of the
If you are
case.
able to, best is don't get into it because they won't accept.
Yeah,
So
exactly. I feel pity. We feel sad. It's okay. Krishna, please
them
give them the
prasadam.
knowledge. That's what.
Krishna
Just
prasadam.
pray for them. Krishna, please help them. I think that's how when we should just move on. Mataji, the shloka you just said, can you repeat that again?
अतः श्री कृष्ण नामादि न भवेद ग्राह्यम इंद्रिय अतः therefore श्री कृष्ण नाम आदि, that means his name, his form, his qualities, etc. न भवेद ग्राह्यम, ग्राह्यम means to understand, right?
You
To
understand.
grasp.
Grahincham, yeah.
Na bhaved grahyam, with what? Indriya. With your senses, you will, like with your eyes, you see and you get some knowledge. With your ears, you hear and you get knowledge. So one of the senses is your mind, right? Your mind and your intelligence. You cannot understand and get knowledge about Krishna's name, form, pastimes, activities with your these blunt senses or your mind. You will never understand him. Then how do we understand? Sevan mukhehi jihvadav. Seva, by rendering devotional service, beginning with jihva. That means you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and you honor Krishna Prasad. Control your tongue. Don't eat anything which is not Krishna Prasad. By this service done with the tongue, beginning with the tongue and other services also, but starting with the tongue, Sevan mukehi jihvadav swayameva spuratyada. He himself will reveal himself to you. Spuranam means from within the heart he reveals the truth to you. Then only you will understand about him. But without rendering devotional service, by your intellect and by so many other methods, logic, you're trying to understand him, you will never understand. Because he's beyond your senses, beyond your mind. He cannot be captured with your senses and mind and intelligence. He's above,
What's the
transcendental.
source, Mataji, of this?
Nectar of devotion.
Oh, you.
This was a memorization shloka in
Yeah,
Bhakti
that's
Shastra.
true. Yeah, when you read that, I was like, somewhere I've heard, but I don't know.
You already took the class, no, Mataji?
Yes.
Then you tell me the slokas.
Yeah.
So we will end here. We went half an
Thank
hour
you
over
very much.
time today.
Yes, Mataji. But good,
Sorry,
good
Mataji.
explanation. We need this kind of things, like just like the sloka reading and purport and other things. It may not go to the mind, these kind of things. And experienced person gives, like you said, the sloka Mataji was asking. But I don't know. I know the sloka, but where from it is, I don't know. My brain is up to that point only. It didn't reach beyond that. You went beyond that. So the slokas where from they are. No, you have very good knowledge. What I'm saying is that is what needed, but it takes long time. And at my age, I don't know. But I'm trying my best to sit in the class every day.
Yes,
I come to this, I go to jump into that, and I come back here. I'm doing like that. So I want to get at least little bit, whatever little my brain can take. So I'm trying my best. But that's really, your explanation is very, very good. And this kind of explanation we need. It is our level you're telling us. That high level, if you tell, we don't get that much. If you come a little bit down and telling us, we understand what you're saying. That is mainly important, whoever guru, they need to tell, like Prabhupada gives a lot of good, normal examples he gives. Then only we get it. Our level, we have to get from there only, reach your level. That's what I'm saying. But thank you very much for giving all that.
Thank you, Mataji.
God bless you. Krishna will bless
you. Jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you, devotees. We'll meet tomorrow. Hare Krishna.